What's up, guys? So, just got back from the Arte Live earlier today, and man, so much momentum going on right now. And I really got to ride this wave, this train, whatever you want to call it. By the way, kind of cool. Got a little Orby thing behind me from the light. But, anyways, momentum is really on my side right now. Just so many things going on. Getting ready for my wedding this weekend, was joking about how this was my last single weekend out and might not come back from St. Louis, but had to come back, had a lot of things going on. Really big things coming up for me, really excited, met a lot of people, planning on collaborating with as many of them as I can, and just doing a lot of things. But Jesse Itzler mentioned about, when momentum comes, keep on going. You got to keep going with the momentum. And that's exactly what happens with working out. Anything in life, really, when you have momentum, when you have the drive, when you have the courage, when you are motivated to get that done, it's so much easier to get it done. But when you stop having any of those, it's so much harder to get that done. So whether it's motivation, whether it's momentum, whether it's drive, whatever it is, keep riding that. Ride it out as long as you can, and more importantly, figure out how to keep it going, especially when you aren't motivated, when you aren't having all that momentum, when you aren't feeling it, whatever it is, make sure that you are going on anyways. Momentum is a huge thing. It helps so much. Motivation, huge thing, helps so much. Nothing wrong with either of those, but sometimes that momentum especially slows down. But ride it as long as you can and figure out how to get it back. Obviously you can't go to business seminars like I did this weekend to get all this momentum. And of course, there's other things that I've been doing that have set me up for some of the momentum as well, not just this business seminar, but other things as well have set up this big momentum I have going on right now. But that's the key. In order to keep getting that momentum, you have to keep doing. Ed Marlette likes to say that whatever you do now won't take effect, especially if it's positive, for 90 days at least, and more like 6, 12, 24 months. It could take quite a while when it's something positive that you've been doing for it to catch momentum, to catch on and get going. But the negative things you do, when you stop doing something, you see it so much easier. Greatest example I can give you is when you're dieting. Sorry, it said 20%, thought it went away. Anyways, when you're dieting, when you're dieting down, whether it be just to lose some weight for a show or whatever, it takes so long. It takes so much dedication just to lose all that weight. And then, as the meme says, diet for 6 months, you get a six pack. Don't diet for 2 days. Get off your diet for 2 days, and you got your belly back. But that's exactly what happens when you are doing the right thing. When you have that momentum. Well, it takes time to get that momentum, but once that momentum starts coming, you've got to keep riding it, because once you get off, you're going to completely lose it. It'll take you a long time to get it back, just like with the diet. Once you get your body dialed in, once you get dieted down to the physique you want, you got to keep with it. You got to keep at it, because if you let off that gas pedal, if you let off that diet and just start eating unhealthy again, you're going to go back to being your larger self or wherever you were at, So if you're a hard gainer, you're going to go back to being skinny. You want to keep that muscle mass. You want to keep that mass if you're that naturally skinny person. But most people are not that naturally skinny person, so they're trying to lose that weight. So if you stop doing what you're doing, you're going to gain that weight back. So it's the exact same thing with momentum. Once you get the momentum, you got to keep going. Because as soon as you let off that gas pedal, as soon as you stop working with that momentum, working with the momentum, not working for it, but working with that momentum, you will lose it all. And you had to start, like it seems like, back over. Obviously, you're not going to start all the way back over, but it's going to feel like you're starting back over. But good news is, once you've been there once, it's a lot easier to get there a second time. Just like people say, that first million is the hardest. After that, it gets a lot easier. I'm not there, so I can't relate to that. But what I can relate to is dieting down. That very first time I got a six pack, oh man, it seemed like it was such a struggle. I was doing cardio all the time. I was barely eating, all these things. And now that I've dieted down several times and lost 30, 40 pounds at a time over several months, I know I can do it because I've been there. So once you've been there once, it gets easier, but it's just that first time. So use your best friend, momentum, and it gets you there. Big Mo, right? That's what they call it. But use that momentum and keep going after it and ride momentum all the way through, and you'll get exactly what you want in life. Guys, go out there, ride that momentum, work for that 6, 12, 24 months, whatever it takes to get that momentum. And once you get it, don't stop. Don't stop. Go out there, crush those goals, and have a healthy and blessed day.